What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing this thing called an accent tag. A little bit about me. I am from Southern California originally, West Coast, Cali for life. I was born in Linwood, California, and Long Beach area, Los Angeles, if you want to be correct. I moved to the Valley, so you will be hearing a little bit of what people call Valley talk, and kind of cool, but kind of corny at the same time. So here we go. After this accent tag, I will be giving you a little bit of my own words, a little bit of brief, geographical differences between where I am now and the West Coast. So let's get started. All right. So aunt, roof, route, wash, theater, iron, salmon, caramel, fire, spitting image, water, lawyer, caught, coupon, pajamas, envelope, naturally, mayonnaise, I say mayo, again, probably, you say probs, both, pecan, New Orleans, crayon, ruin, data, and sure. I don't think we really have an accent for real. I just think we speak extremely proper, or hella proper. I guess growing up in the Valley kind of does play a part in how we speak. There's, I guess, in everywhere you go, in any part of the world, you do speak differently. So, let's talk about it, because it's been an extremely annoying thing. It's like a little freaking bug, and you just want to smack it, Growing up in California, we use words, I've used words growing up, it's just normal, People, when they hear that I'm from California, they automatically expect me to talk like I'm, from, I don't even know what movies to even talk about, I do surf when I'm back home. I surf at Huntington Beach, Venice Beach. I'm a beach kid, But, we don't talk like the way people portray us to talk. We don't say like, yeah, bro, we don't talk like that. I don't know where it comes from, but at the end of the day, it's like, we're just different. We pronounce our words. So, for example, hella. A lot of people say hella. It's, some people hear that like it's a bad word. Like, no, it's really not. It's just grown-ups say it, children say it, young people say it, we all say it. Hella just means extremely or really. So, for example, someone will like catch a tube on some waves, you'd be like, that was hella sweet, bro. Well, that's just how we say it. Another thing, being here on the East Coast, people say bruh. Now, where I'm from, people say bro, like, how you doing, bro? Or brah, it's just natural. You hear words that you don't hear over here or anywhere else for real. You hear, like, for example, like that vato over there, like, that's just like that crazy dude, or like that, I don't want to say gang member, but usually they coincide in a way. You hear a lot of Spanglish talk in California, Pretty much if you live in California, you've grown up there, or you've lived there for some years, you're going to either meet someone from Mexico, or who's extremely in touch with their culture, or you either way you're going to learn the language. Like, for example, I grew up with a lot of friends, especially in the Valley, especially Fresno. Fresno State, shout out to the Bulldog Marching Band. Thing is with that, for example, like grandmother in Spanish is abuelita, but a lot of us will say like abuelita. So if you go to like your friend's house for like some menudo, which is a food, like a soup, or like some like homemade tortillas and some asada or something like that. Like, what's up, abuelita? Or like, ¿qué onda? It's like, what's up? How are you? What's going on? So here, you really don't hear too much of that, because it's just predominantly, I guess it's like a majority, or I don't know how to explain it, but it's really different. People say that when you're from California, you talk pretty much white. I don't know how white people talk. I don't know how do you talk white, how do you talk black, how do you talk Mexican. There is no such thing. It's improper, and it's very incorrect, extremely incorrect, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just different, you know, when you come from one place to another. It's a big culture shock. For example, a lot of people here, like, people skate, but I don't see too many people who skate. I longboard. People like, especially in Virginia, that's where I'm at. People are like, what's that? Is that like a surfboard slash skateboard? I'm like, it's just a longboard. It's just what you see every day, you know, especially if you're like from Venice Beach. You know about it, you know about the Z-Boys, and you know about, it's just what we do. People are like, you talk like a surfer. No, how do surfers talk? They're normal people who just love the waves. The food. California, I think, is one of the most eclectic places in general, but I guess to say the food itself, it's just amazing. The restaurants are not the same out here. You have, fucking crazy, yo. You have, like, this thing called Hardee's. It's basically Carl's Jr. on the West Coast. I don't even think they have White Castles out here where I'm at. I've yet to see a White Castles on the East Coast, you know. I haven't been all over here, but, we have, on the West Coast, we have a White Castle. Burritos. Let's talk about the Mexican food, because that's something that I really miss. Mexican food is the Scheisse, German for shit. It's the biz, because there it's really authentic. You know, they actually cook with like fresh cilantro, and like every piece of the food has its own taste. Here it's I don't know how I don't know what it is, but it's good. You actually have like, I know in LA, especially in the Valley, you'd have like this guy on like his bike, and he'll have like a chest in the back, or like a cooler, and he'll have like tamales wrapped up in like foil or like this clear wrap, and he'll be like honking his horn like, tamales, and you're like, oh shit, mom, give me $2 to go get some freaking tamales. And it's just what we do. The ice cream man is growing up on the West Coast. That was heaven. When you heard that siren or that sound, you're like, you stop what you're doing just to go get the ice cream. That was something that was a pastime, and that's something that I still believe still goes on back home, you know. Mexican food is, I feel, to me, is kind of like, it seems like it's a dying thing on the West Coast, on the East Coast, excuse me. Yeah. A lot of people here, you have some surfers, but the waves here are completely different. The Atlantic compared to the Pacific, the water here is extremely cold. On the West Coast, it's kind of cold, but you can deal with it. Like, you can go in there with just some board shorts and no shirt on, and you'd be like, I'm okay, I can survive this. The East Coast, you're like, fuck no, this is hella cold. I'm putting on 2 hoodies or wrapping up in 2 surf suits because it's like, it's too cold. Speaking of which, the weather on the East Coast is completely different from the West Coast. They have humidity here. West Coast, we don't. I don't think we do. I've never heard of humidity until I came here. Sounds dumb, but it is what it is. In the Valley, I know, since we're like in a bowl, the air and all the smog from like Los Angeles and like all the surrounding cities and different areas, it gets trapped in the Valley. So that along top with the heat is like, it's gnarly. It's bad. Like, it's like you're suffocating in a way, but you can breathe, because if you're from there or you've lived there for years, you kind of know how to deal with it. Here, it's hot. 80 degrees to here on the East Coast, it feels like it's 110 degrees. You can take a shower and step out of the shower and you're sweating again. California, 70 degrees, it's perfect weather. Especially if you have a breeze, it's awesome. So, wintertime here on the East Coast is horrible. You know, I'm used to watching TV, watching the Travel Channel, the Weather Channel, laughing at them like, ha ha, they're freezing to death because they have to wear snowshoes. I've never owned a pair of snowshoes until I came to the East Coast. The music here is pretty much the same everywhere you go. It's just things that that people don't listen to over here that we listen to. People don't know what Sublime is around here. Like, I have to really search hard. I have to really seek. Like, you know what Sublime is? Like, who the heck is Sublime? Like, really? So, that's just a little bit about California, and, you know, I guess a different area. If you live in California, you're watching this. The East Coast, yes, some people still do that East Coast versus West Coast thing. I think it's dumb because it's just music, and it's like, okay, yeah. I personally, no disrespect to any other state because I live in a different state, I still believe that California is the best. I think that the way that we speak is actually proper. I've heard people say that the way that we speak, we all sound like robots because, you know, we speak proper, and that's just how it is. I do know people that don't speak proper, but to a lot of other people, it sounds extremely proper. So that's about it for my accent tag. A little bit about California and the differences. Feel free to comment below. You can comment, email, whatever you'd like to do. Subscribe. I don't have cool videos, but yeah. Peace.